Welcome, my dear friends at Health. I'm Dr. Emily Reed, and today I need to tell you something that might shock many of you. It concerns those very vitamin pills you trust and take every morning. Some of the vitamins you're taking each morning may be quietly hurting your heart. Not helping. Not protecting. Hurting. I know that sounds hard to believe. After all, you've probably been told for years that vitamins like E-calcium and iron are essential as you age. And like many others, you've likely added them to your daily routine with good intentions. But here's the truth that most people, especially seniors, aren't told. Some of the most common supplements can increase your risk of heart failure, stroke, or dangerous arrhythmias, especially when taken in the wrong form or without the right balance. As a heart doctor who's treated hundreds of older adults, I've seen this firsthand. Patients who walk into my clinic feeling fine and leave stunned by what we find. They come in with a strong belief that they're doing everything they can for their health, but what we discover can be quite the opposite. This isn't meant to scare you, but rather to serve as a necessary wake-up call built on scientific evidence and my clinical experience. In an age where information is abundant but often confusing, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that more supplements mean more health. My goal today is to cut through that confusion and give you clear, actionable advice that truly protects your most vital organ. So please stay with me, because today I'm going to walk you through 5 specific vitamins that could be damaging your heart silently, and more importantly, what you can do instead to protect it. We'll also delve into some other common supplement traps and how to navigate the complex world of health products. If this topic speaks to you, leave a comment with the number 1 so I know you're listening. And don't forget to subscribe to Health for weekly tips designed to help you live strong, safe, and heart-healthy after 60. We'll work together to clear up long-standing misunderstandings and equip you with the knowledge to make the best choices for your heart health. Now let's start with the first and most misunderstood vitamin of them all. Let's begin with vitamin E, a supplement that sounds like it should protect your heart, but can actually put it at serious risk if taken the wrong way. For decades, vitamin E has been praised as a powerful antioxidant. You've likely heard it helps with memory, aging, heart health, and more. And chances are it's sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, maybe in a bottle that says heart healthy or immune support. In fact, many seniors take 400 to 800 IU of vitamin E each day without a second thought. They do it because they believe more is better, or simply because they've been advised to for a long time. Perhaps their old doctor once suggested it, or they see it widely advertised on TV and online, presented as a universal protector. The notion that vitamin E is a shield against everything from wrinkles to heart disease has become deeply ingrained in the public consciousness. But is this idea truly accurate when we look deeper into the science, especially for hearts that have been beating for decades? But here's what few people realize. High doses of vitamin E can thin your blood too much, especially if you're already on medications like aspirin, statins, or blood pressure pills. Now, a little blood thinning might sound like a good thing, especially for preventing clots, but for someone in their 60s, 70s, or beyond whose blood vessels are already more delicate, too much thinning becomes dangerous. It can raise your risk of internal bleeding, hemorrhagic stroke, or a weakened heartbeat without you even feeling a single symptom. No headaches, no chest pain, nothing until something very wrong happens. Imagine a road that's flooding. A little water might help wash away dirt, but a major flood will sweep everything away. Similarly, if your blood is too thin, minor bumps or tiny internal injuries that your body would normally repair can become major problems. I've had patients come in with sudden bruising for no apparent reason, dizziness, or even heart palpitations, only to discover that their healthy habit of taking high-dose vitamin E was quietly tipping their heart out of balance. They were genuinely surprised, thinking they were doing everything right. And the science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, showed that high doses of vitamin E over 400 IU daily were actually associated with increased risk of heart failure in older adults. It's shocking, I know, especially when you thought you were doing the right thing. Think about this. Your body is a finely balanced system. Vitamin E is an antioxidant, yes, but it's also a blood thinner. At high doses, especially the synthetic form, DL-alpha tocopherol, often found in supplements, it can disrupt your body's natural balance. It doesn't just thin the blood, but can also interfere with your body's ability to form clots when needed, such as when you get a cut, or have a minor internal injury. This is particularly dangerous for those with a history of stroke, heart disease, or those already on blood-thinning medications like warfarin or newer anticoagulants. The combination can be a recipe for disaster, silently increasing your risk of major bleeding events without any immediate warning signs. So, what's the safer option? Food-based vitamin E is your best friend. A handful of almonds, a tablespoon of sunflower seeds, a side of steamed spinach. These foods provide vitamin E in natural amounts balanced with other nutrients your body can use wisely. When you get vitamin E from food, your body receives a complex of all 8 forms of vitamin E: alpha-beta, gamma-delta, tocopherol, and tocotrienol, not just alpha-tocopherol as in most supplements. This natural diversity helps your body utilize vitamin E more effectively and safely, avoiding the pitfalls of isolated high-dose synthetic forms. Other great food sources include avocado, wheat, germ oil, and fortified cereals. If you still feel the need for a supplement, talk to your doctor, and never exceed 200 IU a day, unless you have a medical condition that truly requires it, and it's closely monitored. When you look at the label, try to find natural source vitamin E, or D-alpha-tocopherol, rather than DL-alpha-tocopherol, which is the synthetic version, and often less bioavailable, meaning your body doesn't absorb or use it as well. Before you take that next pill, pause and ask yourself, is this truly supporting my heart, or just something I've been told to trust for years? Because sometimes the most dangerous choices are the ones we make on autopilot. Let's talk about calcium, the one supplement almost every senior has been told to take. You've heard it 1,000 times. Take calcium to protect your bones. And it makes sense. After all, as we age, our bones lose density, and the fear of fractures becomes very real. So naturally, like millions of other older adults, you might be taking a daily calcium pill, hoping to stay strong and independent. Unfortunately, what sounds simple and logical actually hides a surprising complexity when it comes to the human body, especially the heart. So many of my patients come to me proudly telling me about their calcium routine, believing they're doing everything they can to prevent osteoporosis. They picture calcium going straight to their bones, making them strong. But they don't know that while their bones might indeed be benefiting, another crucial part of their body could be suffering: their vascular system. But here's the part they forgot to tell you. Calcium doesn't know where to go in your body unless you give it the right directions. Without the help of another key vitamin, vitamin K2, that calcium can end up in the worst possible place, your arteries. That's right. Instead of strengthening your bones, it may be silently hardening your blood vessels. Think of calcium as a building material. It's essential, but you need an architect and a skilled crew to put it in the right place. If not guided properly, calcium is like bricks and mortar haphazardly dumped on a construction site. Instead of building a sturdy wall, your bones, it can end up sticking to your plumbing, your arteries, causing blockages and hardening them. I've seen it again and again in my practice. Seniors come in with great bone density tests, but they're also dealing with high blood pressure, chest tightness, or even heart attacks. And when we look deeper, their arteries are stiff, calcified like stone, and many of them were taking calcium supplements every single day. The science behind this is clear. Calcium is essential, but when it floats around without proper guidance, it can settle in soft tissues, especially the walls of your arteries. This leads to arterial calcification, a condition where your blood vessels become stiff and narrow, forcing your heart to work harder just to move blood. Over time, this increases your risk of heart failure, stroke, and even kidney issues. Imagine a water pipe that's been collecting scale over years. Water flows harder, pressure builds up. That's exactly what happens to your arteries. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic officer. It tells calcium, no, not there. Go to the bones, not the arteries. Without it, calcium ends up in the wrong places. Yet most over-the-counter calcium supplements don't include K2. That's not just a small mistake. That's a big risk. Vitamin K2 comes in 2 main forms. We usually talk about MK4 and MK7. MK4 is found in animal-based foods like liver and egg yolks, while MK7 is primarily in fermented foods like natto, a traditional Japanese dish, or certain hard cheeses. Both play crucial roles in activating proteins necessary to shuttle calcium out of arteries and into bones and teeth. And don't forget magnesium. Magnesium is another crucial ally to calcium. It helps regulate calcium levels in the body and ensures calcium is absorbed and used properly. Magnesium also plays a role in muscle relaxation, including the heart muscle and blood vessel walls, helping to maintain healthy blood pressure. A deficiency in magnesium can make it easier for calcium to accumulate in unwanted places. These three nutrients work together in a complex dance to keep your bones strong and your arteries clear. Without this teamwork, the system can go awry. So what should you do instead? First, try to get calcium from food. Leafy greens like kale and collards, yogurt, cheese, sardines with bones. These sources come naturally balanced with other nutrients like magnesium and sometimes a little K2. Fermented dairy products like kefir and yogurt are also good calcium sources and may contain small amounts of K2 due to the fermentation process. For those who are dairy-free, fortified plant milks like almond or soy milk can be good sources, but again, check for added K2. Diversifying your diet is key. If you must take a supplement, choose one that combines calcium with both vitamin K2 and magnesium. These three work as a team. Calcium builds bones, magnesium supports absorption, and K2 directs traffic. Look for calcium citrate over calcium carbonate if you have stomach acid issues, as it's generally more easily absorbed, especially if you take it with food. And of course, always speak to your doctor before starting or continuing a calcium routine. They can assess your individual needs and help you choose the right form and dosage considering any medications or health conditions you may have. Because strong bones don't matter if your arteries are turning to stone. What seems like a simple supplement actually holds complex risks we need to be very aware of. Let's move on to one of the most misunderstood nutrients of all, iron. Iron sounds like something everyone needs, right? It fights fatigue, supports energy, and helps your red blood cells carry oxygen. So if you're feeling tired, it's easy to assume maybe I'm low on iron. That's why so many seniors pick up an iron supplement or take a multivitamin that includes it just to be safe. But here's the truth that rarely gets shared. Most older adults don't need extra iron. In fact, for many, it can be dangerously toxic. The iron needs of a person change significantly with age and gender. Premenopausal women need more iron due to menstruation. But after menopause, or for older men, iron needs decrease significantly. Unless you're experiencing regular blood loss, for example, due to occult gastrointestinal bleeding, or other medical conditions, supplementing iron without reason can cause more problems than benefits. It's important to clarify that there are indeed specific conditions where iron supplementation is necessary, and life-saving, such as diagnosed iron deficiency anemia, certain kidney diseases, or significant blood loss. But this should always be under strict medical supervision. Unlike some vitamins, your body has no natural way to get rid of excess iron. If you take more than you need, it doesn't just pass through your system. It stays, and it builds up in your liver, joints, brain, and your heart. This slow iron buildup creates something called oxidative stress. Think of it like rust forming inside your body. Over time, that rust begins to damage tissues, especially the heart muscle. It can weaken the strength of your heartbeat, disrupt the rhythm, and slowly push your heart toward failure. And the worst part, you might never feel it happening until it's far along. I've met older adults who came to me complaining of strange fatigue, brain fog, joint stiffness, things they assumed were just aging. But when we looked closer, they had iron overload caused by years of unnecessary supplementation. There's even a name for it, hemochromatosis, a condition where too much iron slowly poisons your organs. Some people have a genetic version, but many develop it just by taking iron without needing it, a preventable condition with serious consequences. So here's the golden rule. Never take iron unless your doctor has tested your levels and confirmed a deficiency. That means checking ferritin iron saturation and total iron binding capacity, not just assuming based on how you feel. A simple blood test is far more reliable than your symptoms alone. If your iron levels are fine, taking more won't boost your energy. It will quietly harm the very organ that's working hardest to keep you alive. Get your iron from food instead. Spinach, lentils, eggs, and lean meats provide gentle, balanced amounts. Iron from food sources is regulated much better by the body than iron from supplements. For instance, heme iron from animal meat is more readily absorbed, but your body also has mechanisms to regulate how much it takes in. Non-heme iron from plants has a lower absorption rate, but you can boost it by combining it with vitamin C, for example, eating spinach with an orange. And if you ever do need an iron supplement, your doctor should guide the dose and monitor it carefully, often retesting your levels regularly to ensure you're not overdoing it. Now let's talk about something that sounds so innocent. It's almost never questioned: vitamin B6. You'll find it everywhere in sleep aids, energy boosters, memory pills, and multivitamins marketed specifically for seniors. It's often promoted as natural, safe, and essential for brain and nerve function. And that's not wrong. In small amounts, B6 is important for many bodily functions, including metabolism, nerve function, and red blood cell formation. But here's where things get tricky. Too much B6 doesn't just stop helping, it starts hurting. Over the years, I've had many older patients come in with complaints that are easy to dismiss as just part of getting older: tingling in the hands or feet, unsteady balance, weakness, occasional heart flutters that come and go. They'd been told it was nerve aging or maybe just anxiety. Often people are drawn to high-dose B6 supplements because of general feelings of fatigue or cognitive fogginess, thinking it's a harmless boost for brain and nerve function. But in many cases, when we really dug into it, we found the true culprit hiding in plain sight: high doses of vitamin B6. Unlike some vitamins that flush out easily, B6 can accumulate in your system over time, especially if you're taking more than your body needs every single day. And when that happens, it can begin to damage the protective sheath around your nerves, a condition known as B6 toxicity or peripheral neuropathy. That's what causes the burning numbness and nerve weakness so many seniors struggle with, making walking difficult and increasing the risk of falls. But it doesn't stop there. B6 in excess can also interfere with the electrical signals that keep your heart beating in rhythm. That can lead to palpitations, skipped beats, or even dangerous arrhythmias, especially when combined with other supplements or medications. And most people have no idea this is happening because they assume more is better, or that a natural vitamin can't possibly cause harm. The recommended daily amount of B6 for adults over 50 is just 1.5 to 2 milligrams, but some supplements contain 10, 20, even 100 milligrams per dose. And when you add up multiple pills, fortified foods like certain cereals or energy drinks, the total skyrockets without you realizing. So, what's the safe way forward? Focus on food-based B6 from gentle, nourishing sources like bananas, chickpeas, tuna, and fortified cereals. Poultry, potatoes, and some nuts are also good sources of B6. Your body is designed to process vitamins from food, most efficiently ensuring you get just the right amount without excess. And if you're considering a supplement, have your levels tested, and always discuss it with your doctor. Never take B6 in high doses without a doctor's supervision. Remember, your nervous system and heart become more sensitive with age. What you could tolerate in your 30s or 40s might now cause symptoms you don't associate with a vitamin at all. Now let's talk about one of the most common supplements of all, the multivitamin. Walk into any pharmacy or grocery store, and you'll see rows of boxes labeled Heart Support, Senior Vitality, or 50+ Essentials. They promise energy, protection, clarity, even longevity, all in a convenient little pill. Unfortunately, the promise of a tiny pill that can solve all nutritional deficiencies and protect health is very appealing, especially as we age and worry about getting enough nutrients. Advertisements often paint a perfect picture of active, healthy seniors thanks to these miracle pills. But here's what no one tells you. Many of these so-called heart health multivitamins are packed with ingredients that can quietly harm your body, especially your heart. As a heart doctor, I've seen it more times than I can count. Seniors come in with unexplained dizziness, irregular heartbeats, elevated blood pressure, or liver strain. They're eating well, exercising, taking their vitamins religiously. So what's wrong? When we dig deeper, we find a common thread: multivitamins loaded with hidden stimulants, megadoses, and herbal blends, not designed for aging bodies. Imagine a cocktail where you don't know the ingredients. There might be a little alcohol, a little sweetener, but there could also be a drug or stimulant you didn't expect. This is how many multivitamins operate. Let me give you a few examples. Excess niacin vitamin B3 can cause flushing, sudden drops in blood pressure, and liver stress, especially in high amounts. While niacin is known to be beneficial for cholesterol, taking it without doctor supervision can lead to uncomfortable and dangerous side effects for your liver and heart. Green tea extract, or ginseng, commonly added for energy, can spike your heart rate, raise blood pressure, and trigger arrhythmias. This is particularly dangerous for those with a history of heart conditions or who are already on blood pressure or heart medications. These substances can interact with your medications, increasing side effects or reducing drug effectiveness, sometimes in very unpredictable ways. Vitamin A in large amounts can become toxic over time, causing dizziness, nausea, or even long-term organ damage. Excess vitamin A is not easily excreted and can accumulate in the liver, potentially leading to liver dysfunction. Even water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C or certain B vitamins beyond B6 we've already discussed can cause problems at extremely high doses. Although they are usually excreted in urine, consistent overdose can lead to kidney strain or other uncomfortable symptoms like digestive upset. And here's the worst part. You often won't even know what's inside. These pills hide ingredients under vague labels like proprietary blend or natural complex. It sounds safe, but your body, especially your heart, doesn't care what the label says. It only reacts to what's actually inside. Beyond the common ones, many multivitamins include various botanical blends, or trace minerals, in amounts that are simply excessive or not well researched for long-term senior use. For example, some may add high levels of copper or manganese without proper context, which can also accumulate over time and lead to issues. When we age, our hearts become more sensitive. Our kidneys and liver, responsible for processing and eliminating substances, may not be as efficient as they once were. What might be harmless in your 30s can turn dangerous in your 70s. That's why the rule more is better no longer applies. Our body's metabolism and detoxification systems also slow down, making it harder to process excess substances. So what should you do? Keep it simple. Avoid multivitamins with long ingredient lists or energy claims. Those promises of instant energy boosts often come with hidden stimulants. Choose products with transparency, modest dosages, and no unnecessary herbs. Look for reputable brands that provide third-party verification, e.g. certifications from USP, NSF International, or consumerlab.com. These certifications indicate that the product has been independently tested for purity, potency, and compliance with label claims. If there's a proprietary blend and the exact amounts of each ingredient aren't listed, that's a red flag. Always remember, the FDA does not approve dietary supplements before they are marketed. It's largely up to the manufacturer to ensure their product is safe. So you must be your own advocate. Ask yourself, why am I taking this? Is it truly addressing a confirmed deficiency, or am I just following a habit? Most importantly, bring your supplement list to your doctor and ask, do I really need all of these? Because your heart deserves more than a flashy label. It deserves care, clarity, and a little less clutter. Taking the time to understand what you're putting into your body is a courageous and wise act. Don't let advertisements or misconceptions blind you to scientific truths. Now that we've uncovered these hidden dangers, you may be wondering, what should I take instead? What nutrients are actually safe and helpful for seniors? Don't worry, we're getting to that. Before we dive into what you should consider, let's briefly touch upon two other common pitfalls that many seniors encounter in the supplement aisle: herbal supplements and the delicate balance of electrolytes. The murky waters of herbal supplements. Many people assume that because something is natural or herbal, it must be safe. This is a dangerous misconception. Herbal supplements are not regulated by the FDA in the same way prescription drugs are. This means their purity, potency, and even their actual ingredients can vary wildly from one batch to another, or from one brand to the next. What's even more concerning is that many herbs can have potent effects on the body and can interact dangerously with prescription medications. For instance, St. John's wort, often taken for mood support, can interfere with antidepressants, blood thinners, and even birth control pills. Ginkgo biloba, popular for memory, can increase the risk of bleeding, especially if you're already on blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin. Turmeric, widely used for inflammation, also has blood-thinning properties and can be problematic if taken in high doses with anticoagulant medications. Even seemingly benign supplements like garlic pills can enhance the effect of blood thinners, leading to unintended consequences. Always, and I mean always, discuss any herbal supplements you're considering with your doctor, even if they seem harmless. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's safe for you, especially with your unique health profile and existing medications. The delicate balance of electrolytes, potassium and sodium. Electrolytes like potassium and sodium are crucial for heart rhythm, muscle function, and blood pressure regulation. However, supplementing them without medical guidance can be incredibly risky. Many seniors take diuretics for high blood pressure, which can sometimes lead to low potassium. In such cases, a doctor might prescribe a potassium supplement. But taking potassium when your levels are already normal, or if you have kidney issues that prevent its proper excretion, can lead to dangerously high potassium levels, a condition called hyperkalemia. This can cause life-threatening heart arrhythmias. Similarly, while sodium is essential, too much can raise blood pressure and strain the heart. Most people get plenty of sodium from their diet already, so extra supplementation is rarely needed and often detrimental. The best way to maintain healthy electrolyte balance is through a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole foods, and to let your doctor manage any imbalances that may arise due to medications or medical conditions. Never self-prescribe electrolyte supplements. So now let's turn our focus to what truly supports your heart. Here are 3 supplements that truly support the aging heart: vitamin D3, especially important for older adults who stay indoors or live in colder climates. It supports blood pressure regulation, immune health, and helps protect both bones and strength of heart muscle. Many seniors are low on D3 without knowing it for several reasons. Our skin becomes less efficient at producing it from sunlight as we age, and we often spend less time outdoors. So a simple blood test can guide safe supplementation. Vitamin D3 is more than just a bone vitamin. It has receptors in almost every cell in the body, including heart and blood vessel cells. Optimal vitamin D3 levels have been linked to a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and high blood pressure. It also plays a role in reducing inflammation, a key factor in the development of heart disease. Recommended dosages vary, but many older adults might need between 1,000 IU to 4,000 IU daily, depending on their current levels. Always ask your doctor to test your 25 OHD levels in your blood to determine the right dose for you. Magnesium. Often overlooked but incredibly essential for keeping your heart's rhythm steady, reducing muscle cramps, and improving sleep. It's especially helpful if you've ever experienced heart palpitations, restless legs, or anxiety. Magnesium also helps regulate calcium movement, supporting both bone and vascular health, ensuring calcium goes where it's needed, bones, and not where it's not, arteries. Magnesium is a multi-talented mineral involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. For the heart, it helps maintain normal electrical rhythm, aids in relaxing blood vessel walls, and can even help lower blood pressure. Many Americans, regardless of age, don't get enough magnesium from their diet. There are different forms of magnesium, such as magnesium glycinate, which is generally easy to absorb and less likely to cause digestive upset, magnesium citrate, often used for constipation relief, or magnesium L-threonate, which shows promise for brain health. Food sources rich in magnesium include nuts, almonds, cashews, beans, dark leafy greens, dark chocolate, and whole grains. Omega-3, fatty acids. Ideally from fish oil or flaxseed oil. These healthy fats reduce inflammation throughout the body and improve the flexibility of your blood vessel walls. They help keep your arteries smooth and your heart pumping efficiently, and studies have linked them to a lower risk of heart attack and stroke. The 2 most important types of omega-3s for heart health are EPA eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA docosahexaenoic acid, found primarily in fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. ALA alpha-linolenic acid is found in plants, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, but needs to be converted into EPA and DHA in the body, a process that is not very efficient in some individuals. If you don't eat fish regularly, a high-quality fish oil supplement containing EPA and DHA is an excellent option. Always look for products that are tested for purity and free from mercury or other contaminants, which should be indicated by third-party certifications on the label. For vegetarians or vegans, algae-based omega-3 supplements are a good direct source of EPA and DHA. But here's what matters more than the label on any bottle. No supplement will ever replace a healthy lifestyle. That means consistently moving your body daily, even just a walk around the block, eating real whole foods full of color and nutrients, sleeping deeply and consistently, effectively managing stress, and nurturing your connections with people who care about you. Exercise. You don't need to run a marathon to benefit your heart. Think about incorporating a mix cardiovascular exercises like brisk walking, swimming, dancing, or cycling for at least 150 minutes per week. Strength training with light weights or resistance bands 2 to 3 times a week to maintain muscle mass and bone density. And flexibility or balance exercises like yoga or tai chi to improve mobility and prevent falls. The key is finding activities you enjoy so you stick with them. Nutrition. Instead of focusing on individual nutrients in isolation, adopt a holistic eating pattern. The Mediterranean diet, for example, is consistently lauded for its heart protective benefits, emphasizing whole grains, fruits, vegetables, healthy fats like olive oil, lean proteins, and limited processed foods and red meat. Aim to eat a rainbow every day to ensure you're getting a full spectrum of vitamins and minerals from natural sources. Hydration is also vital. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Quality sleep is crucial for heart health. Lack of sleep can raise blood pressure, increase inflammation, and contribute to weight gain. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep per night. Establish a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Dim lights, avoid screens an hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Stress management. Chronic stress can take a heavy toll on your heart. Find healthy ways to cope. Beyond meditation and deep breathing, consider hobbies that bring you joy. Spending time in nature, listening to calming music, or engaging in light physical activity. Connecting with friends and family, or even getting a pet can also significantly reduce stress levels. Social connection. The growing body of research shows that loneliness and social isolation can be as detrimental to your health as smoking. Maintaining strong relationships and engaging in your community can boost your mental well-being and, surprisingly, protect your heart. Join clubs, volunteer, spend time with family and friends, or explore local community centers. The emotional support and sense of purpose gained from social bonds can literally add years to your life and quality to your years. Less is often more, especially when it comes to supplements. The goal isn't to treat your body like a lab, it's to support it like a garden with attention, intention, and consistent loving care. And finally, I want to leave you with this. It's never too late. Not at 60, not at 70, not even at 90. Your heart is incredibly resilient. Even after years of stress or misguided choices, it still wants to heal. But you have to give it the chance. So today, I invite you to take that first step. Review your supplement list. Ask questions. Talk to your doctor. Choose with intention. Every small decision, every extra step you take, every healthy meal you choose, every moment you dedicate to managing stress is a powerful investment in your heart. You have the power to change the trajectory of your health and enhance your quality of life significantly. Don't ever underestimate the profound impact of small, consistent changes. Your heart has been with you every single day of your life. Now it's your turn to show up for it with wisdom, care, and courage. If you found this information valuable, I encourage you to consider liking this video, sharing it with someone who might benefit, and subscribing to Health for more trusted advice delivered weekly. Because you still have so much life to live, let's make it a strong, clear, and heart-healthy one together.